I'm out and about up the Tamar today, scoping out some potentially new sailing areas and overnight stops for me and Arwen. Millbrook Lake, Polbathic Lake, up past Carlstock to Morwellham Quay, then back down to Kingsmill Lake, which is above Saltash, and then over Bere Ferrers, which is up the River Tavy. I've just called in at the local marina here to get a good view of this area and to see if they'll allow overnight stops on one of their pontoons. They didn't seem too keen when I approached them, so I'm going to have to go and scope out those beaches on the Kreml side instead. Pity really, because they've got a really nice cafe here. Cracking latte. This is the Narrows up to the Millbrook Lake area. It's a bit of a westerly wind funnel, to be truthfully honest. Stunning scenery though. I'm just in this boatyard, which is just part of the Millbrook Lake area, and I think they're quite open to the occasional overnight visit from a dinghy cruiser if they've got space on their pontoons. It dries out, I think, after a couple of hours either side of the high spring tides, but it shouldn't be a problem. This is the liner boatyard. I've literally just missed the boat owner. He's gone home. But what a lovely spot this is. And there's a bit of road noise from behind me. But if there was space alongside the quay, or if I could tie up against the other boats, this would be a nice little stop-off. I've always wanted to come up here. All that horrible mud over there, though, isn't it, again? It's just thick, oozing Tamar mud everywhere, though. The Cotehele quay area is under new management, so to speak, and I've just literally met the warden here who's looking after the Shamrock, and he's quite keen that dinghy cruisers come and visit overnight if he's got the space. So I'm really pleased to have met him, actually. Lovely gent. He suggests tying up in this big dock behind the Shamrock as long as the liner barge isn't up here visiting. But you've got to choose your spot really carefully. You need plenty of water below you if you're stopping off, and if you're drying out you've got to watch, because some of the mud banks just drop away really steeply. The warden just asks that if I'm interested that I just email him or phone ahead to see if he's got the space, which is fair enough, isn't it? Great place. I've just been standing here admiring the river, and I realised that last time I was up here at Morwellham Quay, the kids were really young. We took them on the electric tram ride into the mine, which is a bit downriver. I've just been chatting with George, who I think's the owner, and he was really welcoming and quite amenable to dinghy cruisers visiting if, again, they book ahead or phone ahead. I know that he said that the steamboat rallies quite often come up here. There'd be a small overnight fee, or possibly eating and drinking in the pub for those who took advantage of the berths here. Having just walked the area, I think the first and second dock and the slipway area probably provide the best tie-up opportunities, which I think when the tide goes out you'll just be on level mud. They've got a music festival this weekend. I'm hoping the weather's going to improve enough that I can get up here, but at the moment it's looking pretty dodgy, I must admit, which is a great pity, really. Poor old Garland Stone. I think she's an old ketch. Bit of a sorry state, isn't she? Really sad to see. Well, here we are. This is my last stop off, and this is the River Tavy, and I'm at Bere Ferrers. I know that the Dinghy Cruising Association have used this place once or twice before. The pub's just up the road. Nice little harbour, isn't it? I think the harbour, just sidewall area, is dredged, so I'm not quite sure whether you dry out onto the mud or not, but certainly you can get in and out on the top of the tide. Now, it's been a really useful day, and all I need is for the 35-40 knot winds to drop away so that I can start getting out and sailing these areas over the next week or so. Here's hoping, fingers crossed, eh? Take care, everyone. Hope this has been useful for you. See you out on the water sometime.